All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Tuesday afternoon, just after Memorial Day. I want to give a big thank you to all the veterans who have perished in the line of service. Thank you, even though you're gone, you are not forgotten. And to all of our military personnel currently serving, thank you for your service. As a prior military veteran of a foreign war myself, I thank you for your service in giving us the right for people like me to do silly things like this. So thank you all. If you wear the badge, if you wear the shield, if you wear the armor, if you wear the camo, thank you. Anyway, today's video du jour, we're just going to go over some stuff of what's coming on the channel. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline, and I just want to say thank you to all the meanies for supporting the channel. Don't forget, we have an active Patreon. I've got a goodie bag going out pretty soon for wherever it is. I can't find it right now. But that's going out for my subscribers. So if you want to get in on that, it's usually a pretty good deal. It's usually well worth more than what you pay for your subscription. It's $5 a month. We have a very active Discord channel. Please jump on there. Links are down in the doobly-doo to everything I talk about in the beginning of the video. We have a lot of game designers on there and people to talk to, artists and everything like that. So if you want, if you have questions, please ask. Please come join us. We hang out. We talk all day long about everything tabletop. We also have to find a game where if you're looking for players in the VTT realm, you can come there and you can post looking for players. We also have the Art is the Mini. I am obviously an avid miniature painter. I don't get to do it nearly as much as I would like to. I'm fixing that, and we'll get into that in the course of the video. We also have that PC or console game where we talk about video games and or console games of all flavors. So please, if that's your jam, come on over. We also have a buy sell trade place where if you're looking to get rid of some of your old tabletop RPGs or RPG related material, miniatures, tabletop games, computers, that kind of thing, come on in and maybe find a new home for some of your old gently used stuff. But again, very active Discord. I'm always on there. I'm always on there, and I'm always participating in the chat. Hold on one second, guys. Daddy's talking on the phone. Okay, give me a minute. Go play with your game. I'll come out and get you. Sorry, guys. I have a toddler, and he requires attention. Um, we also have I have an affiliate link with Drive Through RPG. Again, links will be down in the doobly doo. You can save. It doesn't really save you any money, but it does help support the channel. Puts a couple pennies in my pocket. So if you'd like to support the channel and you can't do Patreon or you don't want to do Patreon, think about maybe buying your next PDF or hard copy book from Drive Through RPG and help support the channel. Also, Parabellum, the fine makers of Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and First Blood, an awesome, fantastic miniatures game. I highly support it. Uh, I have a affiliate link with them. So if you're interested in Conquest or you want to check it out, go hit their website and use the code Mr. Mean Speaks with an S for 10% off, and it saves you a couple pennies, and it puts a couple pennies in my pocket, which helps support the channel. So with all of that goodness out of the way, and as always, thank you guys. Like and subscribe, and tell your friends. Help grow the Meanie Army. We've got some cool things coming down the line that I wanted to talk about. It's been a couple days since my last video, and I wanted to. I took a impromptu trip to the cities this weekend on the long weekend. We left Sunday, came back Monday. It was just an overnight trip. Took my son to the splash park. We had a blast. Anyway, I picked up some goodies. So first and foremost, you can see Zombicide. I have wanted this game ever since it came out. This is Zombicide Black Plague. I have no interest in regular Zombicide, modern day zombies. Doesn't do anything for me. But for whatever reason, when I saw Black Plague came out, I at the time couldn't afford to kickstart it, and I didn't know when I would ever be able to pick it up. Well, they had it at the Source Comics and Games, and they had oh my god, they had I think it was 3 packs of Thundercats, and each pack had like one or two or three of the heroes, and then like a bad guy or something like that. And so you can get for this is Zombicide Black Plague, so this is the fantasy version of Zombicide. And they also have the Green Horde, which is a standalone game, but can also work with this. Thundercats. Oh my God. I almost bought it, but I didn't want to spend too much money as I dropped a pretty penny as it was. So I didn't. I may order them later. I did see they are readily available on Amazon. So anyway, I got this. Tons of miniatures. I would love to paint them all, but who am I kidding? I'll never get to paint them. I might paint the heroes, and that'll be about it. But anyway, the miniatures are pretty awesome in here. This is by Cool Mini or not. I'm not going to do a review of it or anything. There's tons of those already on the web. This game has been out for a few years and it's very well supported. But if you played Zombicide Black Plague, do you like it? What's your thoughts on it? Let me know. I'm a huge fan. I never got to play it. I did play regular Zombicide, and I really enjoyed it. And this is a great two-player game that my wife and I can play because she would play this type of game because it's not too far over the edge and it's cooperative. So I picked it up mainly for that. I like to, include my wife in my hobby. It's not her cup of tea, so anything I can do to kind of get her into the hobby as well is awesome, and I think she would enjoy this. So very much looking forward to some playing some Zombicide Black Plague. But on the tabletop RPG side, man, what a great weekend for me. I found some cool stuff, and I was very excited. Part of what I found is because of the meanies on the Discord channel. We call, or I call my followers, and they've taken to calling themselves the Horde. So it's the meanie Horde. And thanks to a couple of the meanies, they pointed out Fabula Ultima. This is the press start. The physical book wasn't at the store, at least I didn't see it. But I got this. It was like $6, $7. And it's an adventure with pre-generated characters. I'm gonna do a review on this as soon as I get the core book, and I'll include this in it. But very cool system. If you like Japanese RPGs on the computer, this is basically taking that whole genre and putting it into a tabletop formula. And I think spoiler alert, I think they've done a very good job of doing it. Dave Thermophore, a fellow Thermivore, a fellow YouTuber, and he reviews games as well, said some really encouraging things. So I encourage you to go watch his video and then come back and watch mine because let's face it, I'm Mr. Mean. I'm cool. Anywho, so I got that. Very excited. I did order the hardback copy. It should be here in a couple of days. And so, like I said, when I get that and I get a chance to, I've read through this already, thoroughly enjoyed it. So when the full rule book comes, I'll do an unboxing in it, and maybe not an unboxing. I'm not big on unboxing on the channel, but I'll do a review of it, and I'm looking forward to it. So then the next thing I picked up was from Modiphius. It's no stranger on this channel that I'm a huge fan of Modiphius. I love their 2D20 system. This is Homeworld Revelations. And yes, that's Homeworld as in the computer strategy game Homeworld. This is Revelations, a tabletop role playing odyssey. This is the core book. They've done several of these games in this size. And I got to say, excuse me, I like this form factor. I mean, I wear contacts predominantly now. I took them out because they're bothering my eyes today, but it is currently almost 5 o'clock, and they've been in since about 5:30 this morning. So yeah, I just took them out right before I started recording this video, but I gotta say the art in here is pretty solid. I'm not gonna do a full review. Just these are things that are upcoming reviews coming to the channel. A sort of whet your appetite and what to look for from Mr. Mean. So full review coming from Homeworld Revelations and a revised. A new iteration of the Modiphius 2D20 system. So I haven't even had a chance. I just started reading it. I'm just looking into it. But so far, beautiful book, art, layout. It's Modiphius, man. They do quality stuff. If you're a fan of the 2D20 system, I recommend going and picking it up. And then this came in the mail today. I had pre-ordered this. This is all Mr. Isaacoff's fault. Brian, I love you, brother. Um, everybody knows I'm not a fan of fifth edition Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast. I'm not a fan. I don't really support their company, but someone pointed out that you're not supporting WotC if you buy third party product, and that is true, and I do believe that. But the whole mechanics of fifth edition is just not my jam. I don't really like the D20 and the way the mechanics work. The system itself just doesn't do a whole lot for me. Now, with that being said, there are exceptions. Esper Genesis, the sci-fi setting, I really enjoy. I just wish Alligator Alley would get off their ass and do their third book like they promised. I think there's people in the Kickstarter land that still don't have all their books, and so I have a hard time supporting a company that doesn't follow through on what they say they're going to do. That's a rant for another time. I'll leave it at that. Uh, Supers 5e had a successful Kickstarter. I only have the PDFs. I do not have the physical books. I don't play enough superhero games as much as I love them. I think the supers genre is very well done in 5e if it's done properly. And I haven't got to play it, but I think the Supers 5e is done very well. So I highly recommend you check that out. Use my affiliate link on DriveThru to purchase the PDFs like I did. But I got to play in a one shot. I listened to the first session of Brian's little to overthrow a dictator scenario that he did, which was a lot of fun. I listened to it and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So then I got in on the second session and I played. I think his name was Mark or Max, and he was a strong hero, and he was pretty badass. And then Ron from Ron Talks Tabletop was in the channel. Cosmic Flux, one of my Patreon supporters and a longtime supporter of the Meanie channel. Also got to play with him. So always a good time. But it's Everyday Heroes, the core rule. Now, this is a chunky book. It says 5e compatible. I guess I interpret that differently. To me, this is a 5e game, so I don't want to say. To me, it shouldn't say 5e compatible. It should just say 5e because it's a fifth edition game. It uses the core mechanics of the SRD, but they do a lot of things different in here. I'm a big fan of What's Old is New by Ian Publishing. In Publishing, that and I'm not big on their modern setting. Also, Green Ronin has their modern age using their age system, which is 3D6. And I am a big fan of the 3D6 system, but I'm just not a big fan of modern games. Part of that is PTSD and dealing with modern combat and stuff like that. I don't even play those kind of video games because it's just not my tea, and it does mess with me a little bit, and that's a story for another time. But I will say this was kind of, I don't want to say it was over the top, but it was a lot of fun. And it's a chunky book. And of course, when I bought the PDF or when I bought the physical book, I got the PDF. So I was very excited. The book seems to be well put together. So there'll be a review of this coming pretty soon as well. I'm pretty impressed with this. Would I run it? No. I don't think this is a game Mr. Mean would run. Now, that being said, they've done something pretty neat at Evil Genius Games. They put a call out for submissions for different settings, and one of the settings that they did was Urban Arcana. Now, D20 Modern, the original D20 Modern by TSR or Wizards of the Coast, I was a huge fan of, believe it or not. Not the actual D20 Modern setting, but the Urban Arcana setting. And you need that Urban Arcana book, and you use the D20 Modern rules, and you've got this, kind of modern fantasy setting where there was a veil and there was monsters and stuff, and it was pretty cool. I kind of like that whole modern, but yet there's kobolds and orcs and ogres and bugbears and bad guys, but you can't see them because of the veil, and really cool. But anyway, long story short, Everyday Heroes did a call for submissions, and they took like the top uh, submissions, and then those are getting turned into books, and Urban Arcana is one of them. So I'm eagerly awaiting that, and I will buy that. I don't know if it's going to be a Kickstarter. I haven't really followed their channel. Or their website where they talk about this, but I know this was successfully kickstarted and people have been getting their books. And like I said, I was able to purchase, I bought it straight from evilgeniusgames.com. And like I said, they gave me the PDF immediately as soon as I bought it. So I was very excited about that. So it's a chunky book. And like I said, review incoming. But if you're into modern day games, if you want to play something a little different and you're a big 5e fan, you could do a lot worse than Everyday Heroes. This is pretty fun. It was very cinematic, over the top, not gonzo over the top, but still different and flavorful, that I enjoyed it and kind of almost forgot that I was playing 5e. We didn't seem to get bogged down by the rules or anything like that, and we had fun. A lot of that is testament to Brian. He's an amazing GM. If you ever get a chance to play in Brian Isaacov's games, I highly recommend you do. He's been my GM for close to 20 years. I've had a lot of fun gaming with Brian. We used to live in California together, and he was an amazing guy. And then he moved from Oakland to Concord, California, and he's just done an amazing job. He's an amazing GM. He's an amazing writer. He's contributed to several different RPG products, and he's on the Discord for Mr. Mean Speaks, and he's just an all around great guy. So if he's going to run this, I'm going to play it. Let me put it that way. So I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. Those are the things coming down the pipeline. I hope everybody had a wonderful Memorial Day. I hope you remembered those that gave their lives so that we could do the things that we do. It's very important that we remember where we came from and where we're going. So, with that being said, I just want to say thanks to everybody. As always, like and subscribe, support the channel. Peace, love, and hair grease. And remember, as always, I got to set up my little channel here. Mr. Mean says, be nice. Take care, everybody. Look for those reviews coming soon. Be well.